Hey guys, I'm not going to go over the market and sectors. We all know the market has been dumping as of late, so I'll save some time there. But I just wanted to cover a few different plays I've had the last couple days, just to walk through walk through those plays. So let's start with XOM, XOM Mobile. We all know with the war, kind of what's going on. Um, with that, it's obviously driven up gas prices, and gas and oil has definitely been affected by it. So your your oil stocks, these stocks have been in play as of late, and they've been breaking out. ExxonMobil has been breaking out of a daily squeeze for the past couple days. Um, and whenever you're breaking out of a daily squeeze, there's definitely strength behind it intraday. So that's what I've been playing the last couple days here on XOM. So you can see here, we had a pre-market high. Um, this wasn't actually today, so this was yesterday, the 7th. So we had a pre-market high of around $87. So what I was looking for was a break of that pre-market high or break back to that pre-market high to play that. So you can see here we were squeezing. So once again, you guys all know I like to trade squeezes. We are squeezing right at open here at a key level. This green line would be a daily key daily level. So we briefly went down, and then we ended up squeezing. And you can see here buying pressure came in within the squeeze, and then it started breaking out. I actually don't like trading squeezes like this all the time because you can easily have it break down. I would rather see that kind of stair step squeeze and then go up, but it was kind of going down. So what I did is I waited for a close above the midpoint, and then what I did is I entered right here, right on that top Bollinger Band. That's where I entered at, because this next bar was just basically confirmation that the stock was going to keep going up for me, and then I wanted to play it back towards that $87 range. So I entered here, and then I played this all the way up to around 86.30. So that was close enough for me on the um, close enough to that pre-market high, that pre-market range, because you can see here at the top of that range here, if you look back left, we had one, two, three, about three touches pre-market, so we easily could have came back down, but you can see we did continue going. But from here, I played it up there, and that was a quick 10% move in about 5 minutes. So that was a pretty good play there. So that was my first play on ExxonMobil, and then later on that day, once again, if we go to the uh, the daily, I just wanted to show you this real quick, just so you can get my overall thought process. So if you go to the daily on ExxonMobil, on the 7th, you can see here, right? This created a strong candle. So, and it had broken above all-time highs then. So I was still looking for that push up. So this is one thing that caused me to actually play this as a swing trade. And you can see here we were on the second bar of a breakout. And then if you look at the 4 hour chart, you can see here on the 4 hour chart, we still had good strength, right? Going into the end of the day, I started looking um, to swing XOM, and the 4 hours was one of the charts I started with. You can see we got a full green healthy bar above that key level. So that's one of the main things that caused me to swing XOM. The other thing I wanted to look at is I wanted to make sure we had strength going into the close. So you can see here, came back up, came back down, kind of traded within range throughout the rest of the day. But you can see here we had a squeeze, started breaking out of the squeeze. Now look at the volume. We had more volume on that last candle than the whole day, right? Um, So to me, that was an indication that we will probably have a continued push up aftermarket through for ExxonMobil. So I ended up entering the trade, I think right around that $87 level, um, and decided to swing it overnight. One, right, because we had it breaking out of a daily squeeze, and two, it looked good on the 5 minute squeeze, and then three, on that 4 hour bar that looked strong. So those are kind of the three things that kind of confirmed to me that we may have a good opportunity for a swing here. So you can see here, I entered right around here, around that $87 mark, here in post hours, uh, aftermarket hours. It got up to 88.47. So I was feeling pretty good overnight about holding it, and then you can see it just literally took off the next day on the 8th. I ended up exiting around $89. This was almost 100% return for me on the trade, so that was a good trade there for ExxonMobil. And then I wanted to show you Apple. This was my third trade over the past few days here, couple days. Um, so if we look at Apple, most of you know, if you've been around for a bit, Apple kind of mirrors what the SPY and the Q do. So it's always good to look at stocks that mirror what the SPY and the Q does, because you can essentially trade those in unison with the SPY and the Q. So I was looking to trade an Apple today, just because I knew the SPY and the Q is going to have some volatility and possibly hit some key levels. So if you want to trade in the SPY and the Q, but trade it, on a smaller account, or where you're not spending $400 or $500 per contract, you can trade something like Apple right now where you're not spending that much per contract. So you can see here, Apple was squeezing. So once again, my radars were up because I was looking for a squeeze. And now that the market's weak, I'm looking for a breakdown, right? Because the SPY and the Q are still below that 21 EMA, and they look super weak. So I'm looking for a breakdown here. So we're squeezing on the 5 minute. Boom, we get a large bearish engulfing candle here. And then you can see we start to fire out of the 5 minute squeeze. So I entered here right when we had closed below that intraday level. This is a pre-market low. So I entered here. I was expecting us to go down to that 155 level. We didn't. I ended up, so we had, I entered here. We ended up having a pin bar, and I can zoom in on this just so. We ended up having a kind of a bit of a pin bar here. Then we had a kind of a gravestone doji right here, and we just price action to me right here just didn't look the greatest. So I ended up exiting the trade for a super small loss. It was like 1%. I mean, it was very, very small, but I ended up exiting the trade for a small loss. Even though it was firing out of the 5 minute squeeze, I still exited the trade. It just didn't look good. And then you can see it popped back up. We ended up closing here. And then we were still at that key pre-market level. Then we had a bullish engulfing candle on that next one. So my radars is back up because we had a few things. The SPY and the Q are still weak. Then we had a bullish engulfing candle, and it was at a key intraday level. And we were firing out of the squeeze. So once I seen that bullish engulfing candle close, I entered here, and then I ended up writing down Apple for I think this was a 5% play. So essentially I just wrote it down. This was a weekly level. So that was my exit point from the open here on this candle, writing it down to that weekly level. And then you can see here it based and then started going back up. We double bottomed, and then we continued to move up for the rest of the day. So that's all I got. And if you guys got any questions or comments, hit me up. Really trying to get the channel to grow. Please like and subscribe if you do like the content. If you want me to review a specific stock for a play the next day, or for a play for the week or whatever, man, just let me know, and I'll get it reviewed for you, and we'll go from there. So I'm signing off. Hopefully you're taking good plays, mitigating your risk, and growing your account. Talk with you guys later.